Hello there, this is the Aptitude guy. Welcome to another video on the Deloitte placement series on the US tax consultant role. This is the third video on the Excel questions asked by Deloitte for this specific role. If you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, I would strongly suggest that you watch them first and then only come to part 3. And if you haven't watched the logical reasoning videos of the Excel questions for the Deloitte placement test, they will be linked right here. Please watch them and try to solve those questions. And if you are looking for the entire summary of the entire Deloitte placement process, that video will be linked right here. Or if you can simply watch the entire playlist on my channel for the Deloitte placement. Okay, now without any further ado, let's start part 3 of the Excel questions. Now, as always, I will tell you these are all the types of questions that Deloitte has asked in their placements. Okay, let's start with question number 23. Question number 1 to question number 22 are in part 1 and part 2 videos. Okay, please watch them first and only then start with this. Which of the following is the correct reason to use a column chart? What is a column chart? A column chart simply looks like this. Okay, this is a column chart. Now, what is the correct reason to use this? Read all the options, use your best judgment, and think what is the correct answer. And like we did in the previous videos, have a scorecard for yourself so that you can see how many you get right and how many you get wrong. Okay, I hope you have logged your answer. The correct answer is option number A. If your data has positive, negative, and zero values. Now, positive will be over here. Where will negative data go? Negative can also come right here. Right here. Okay. 0 means it will be right on this line. Negative means it will be below this line. So, yes, option A is absolutely correct. Let's move on. Question number 24. Under which of the following conditions should you use a pie chart? So the previous question was about a column chart. This question is about a pie chart. We all are familiar with a pie chart. Pie charts look like this. This is a pie chart. Now, when can we use it? Read all the options. Think about it. I hope you have your answer logged. The correct answer is option D, all of the mentioned options. So if a few zeros are there, then also we can use a pie chart. There are no negative values because where can you show negative in a circle? You can't. You can show 0, that means it's not there. But negative cannot be shown. And only one data series is present. So if there are like multiple things like their height, their weight, or the percentage, multiple things are there, then we can't use a pie chart. So if when all of these get satisfied, only then we can use a pie chart. Okay, I hope you got that right. If you did not, now you know. Let's move on. Question number 25. How can you lock titles in an Excel sheet? Now, what does that mean? How do you lock titles? Think about it without using the Excel software. Think about it and give the answer because in the test, you will not be allowed to use Excel. Okay, I hope you have your answer logged. The correct answer is use the freeze panes button. Now in part 2 or part 1, I had told you that in a future part, I will show you the function of the freeze panes button. Okay, here is that time. Let's see what it does. So let's see what is happening over here. This is a table, right? This is a table right here. Now what is happening over here, we will see. Now, when we try to scroll up or down, you see everything is shifting up. Even the title is shifting up. Now, when we go to freeze pane and then we freeze the top row. Now, the top row is frozen. See, it is not scrolling up or down. It is logged right here. Got it? This is what the freeze panes button does. It locks it. So, if you freeze the first column over here, then this will get logged. This will not scroll left or right, but other things will. Okay, so this is how you lock the titles in an Excel sheet. Cool then. If this is something new that you learned and you think this is pretty cool, then of course consider liking the video and a subscribe to the channel would be amazing. Let's move on to the next one. Question number 26. what will the equal to is blank function return if the value remains blank? Okay. So basically, if the value of a cell is nothing, this cell has nothing, it is blank, then what will this function do? Now this function, if its purpose is to check for blank functions, what should the output be? Think about it. Lock an answer in your head. Okay, I hope you have logged it. Now, many people will get confused between option A and option D because 0 and false is the same thing, 1 and true is the same thing, right? In binary, 1 is true, 0 is false. So, what will be the actual output? The answer is option number D. Let's see if this is actually true. Yeah, so this is a cell. Now, if you notice this cell has nothing, okay? Now, see what is happening. Equal to is blank, and then we select this particular cell. What is the output? The output is true. Done. Okay? So, they don't output 1, the output is true. So, if it is not blank, if something was there over here, then it would have been false, not 0. Now you know both the answers. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Question number 27. Which of the following functions returns the integer part of a decimal? Now, if we all know a little bit of basic mathematics, we have suppose we have a number 123.45. Okay, now the integer part is this and the decimal part is this. So, which of these functions will output the integer part of the decimal? I think it's a pretty obvious answer. The answer is option C, int. Let's see if it makes sense. Absolutely. We have this cell right here. This is the B1 cell. The number input is 123.45. And when we apply the integer function in B1, we get 123 as an output. Done. That's it. Simple as that. DEC function will output the decimal part, 45. Okay, let's move on. Question number 28. Choose the correct step to format a new rule in an Excel sheet. Okay, I hope you are keeping a score for your answers. That will be really helpful to test yourself later. Okay, just memorizing these answers will not help you. You need to know how good or bad you are with Excel. Think about this answer. Alright, I hope you have logged your answer. The answer is option D. First we go to Home tab, then Conditional Formatting, and then New Rule. We have Conditional Formatting right here, and then we have New Rule right here. Here you can formulate your rule as per your choice, whatever you want. You know, greater than some number, less than some number, equal to some number, something else. It's completely your choice. Alright, I hope this is clear. Let's move on. Question number 29. Which type of reference allows macros to run on an active cell? Okay, think about the answer. Alright, I hope you have some answer. The correct answer is option C. Relative reference allows macros to run on an active cell. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Question number 30. Oh, a little bit of mathematics there. What will the function equal to mod 10, minus 3 return as output? Okay. Now this question is a slight bit of a tricky question. Think about it. Give me the answer. Okay. Now, if at all you enter this in Excel, the answer that you will get is actually minus 2. Now, why so? Because you're dividing it by minus 3. First of all, what does the mod function do? It's the modulus. That is basically the remainder. When you divide 10 by minus 3, first of all, you can't divide by a negative number. Hence the confusion over here. So, when you divide 10 by minus 3, the remainder is actually minus 2. But then if you look at the options, there is no option called -2. And this is an actual question asked by Deloitte. Some of my old students had done it and they had told me and they had asked me a doubt. So actually speaking, -2 is not there in the options, but when you look at remainders, right? When the divisor is -3 and the remainder is -2, what is the difference between these two? That will be another answer. Okay. So what is the difference between -3 and -2? The difference is 1. So the correct answer is option D. But still, if you enter this in Excel, Excel will actually give out the answer as -2. But mathematically speaking, remainder can never be negative. So the correct answer is actually 1. Okay, so do what you will with that information. And how does this make sense? Suppose you have 10 divided by 3. Now what will the remainder be? 3 threes are 9, right? That is 1 is the remainder. Now you can also say 10 divided by 3. 3 fours are 12. So what is the remainder? -2. So when you divide 10 by 3, the answer can either be 1 or -2. So when you divide 10 by -3, again, the remainder can either be -2 or 1. It's the same thing. Okay, that is what it is. All right, let's move on to the next one. Question number 31. Choose the correct syntax for VLOOKUP functions. Be very, very careful about VLOOKUP functions. And VLOOKUP functions is a huge deal in the Deloitte placement process. Make sure you learn everything that there is about VLOOKUP functions, not just for the aptitude test, but also for the interview. Okay? Think about the answer. Lock it in your head. Okay, I hope you have some answer. Let's see what is the correct answer. The correct answer is option C. It's a huge formula, not really huge. We have 4 segments over here. We have the lookup value, then we have the table array, then we have the column index number, and then we have the range lookup. Now, more details about this in the next question, but you need to, unfortunately, memorize this entire syntax of the VLOOKUP function. Okay, I hope you got this correct. And please, 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 I cannot stress this enough, learn about the VLOOKUP function. All right, next question. Yeah. Please read the question, look at the table, look at the options, and think about the correct answer. Take your time, take your time. All right, I hope you have an answer, and I hope you did not go to Excel and then do the whole thing. I mean, if you do it in Excel, you have to type out this entire table in Excel and then do this, which you won't have the time to do, obviously. So what does the VLOOKUP function do? Okay, so first, this is the lookup value. Rohan is the lookup value. So first we look up for Rohan. Where is Rohan? Rohan is right here. Now, where are we looking for Rohan? We are looking for Rohan in this range. That is cell number A3 to cell number E8. What is A3? Suppose this is A1, okay? It always starts with A1. This is A1, okay? So this is A2, this is A3. A3 is right here. And what is E8? This is A. Then we have B, C, D, E. This is E. This is E column. And what is 8? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So basically the range is this entire data. Okay, this is the entire range. So A3 to E8. Now you might be wondering why these dollar signs here. These dollar signs means this data gets locked. That means A3 to E8, it is absolutely locked. So when we drag it, you have a small rectangle here, right? When you click on it and drag it, these will not change. These are not dynamic. These have become constant static now. Okay. So in this range, we are looking for Rohan. Okay. We looked for Rohan. Rohan is right here. Now we have to get an output which is associated to Rohan. Now which output do we need? That is this column index number. The second column, we need the second column. So this is the first column, of course, where all the names are there. This is the first column. Second column is right here. So which is the data in the second column which is associated to Rohan? That is 24. And now you might be wondering, what is the 0 for? 0 is the range lookup. Now here you have only two choices. This can either be 0 or 1. 0 is false, 1 is true. False means it has to be an exact match. Exact match. And 1 means it can be an approximate match. Now, what do you mean by an approximate match? If instead of Rohan, there was another one called Rohan Kumar, it would match that also. Okay, and we don't want that. We want it to be an exact match. So it will match if and only if Rohan is exactly there. In fact, even if this is Rohan and then a space, it will not return a value. It will give an error. Okay, so we need to match it perfectly over here. So what is the output ultimately? We looked for Rohan and we are looking in this range, and we are looking for the second column output, that is 24. So the answer is option B, that is 24. I hope now you know a little bit more about the VLOOKUP function, but I would still suggest watch a lot of videos and practice a lot when it comes to the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP function. What is V in VLOOKUP? V is vertical. HLOOKUP, H is horizontal. Okay, learn about them. They will really help you in the interview round. All right then, with that we are done with part 3 of the Excel videos of Deloitte. If you liked all the 3 videos, then a like to all the videos would be amazing. They will help you revise later whenever you want to, and a subscribe to the channel obviously will be very helpful. If you want to watch the next video, it's right here. If you want to watch the previous videos, it is right here. Alright then, all the best for your aptitude test. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.